All right, guys. I am still, this is kind of a, when I say ad hoc video here, I guess that's kind of how I do them. I thought about just pushing this till tomorrow, but I may want to do another video tomorrow. So I just thought I'd go ahead and do it a little later than I normally do. And I'm not quite set up, but I'm working on that. I wanted to show you guys some samples for this weekend. So that's like the delay here. And then I will just kind of want to get the schedule going here. And then I'm going to share a screen here. How is everyone? Oh, hey, Shellhead. Yeah, I know you'll probably got to go on your thing at 9. So, I should be done before that. And I know you got to prep and all that. I appreciate everybody being here. This hat I got from the Peterson Museum, actually. No, it's a legit, I think, over here, yeah. So I got it, I think, at the Peterson Museum, I think last Christmas. So I had another really nice one that I got at the I haven't seen any like local to buy really good ones. I had another one that was really nice that I bought at the racetrack out there in California too. So anyway, all right, guys. Appreciate everybody being here, and I'm almost set up. I'm just gonna do one other thing where I can share. I mean, you may see something that I'm not quite ready to go yet, but I mean, let me just make sure. Okay, vendor samples. Window, vendor samples. All right, let me just see if it shows. No, it's not showing you guys that. Well, that sucks. Let me I gotta fix that. So sorry. Let me remove that. What I'm trying to do is make it so I can show you guys samples of photos, and it's not gonna let me do that. So let me see if I can try that again. Yeah, vendor samples. No, it's just not gonna let me do it. All right, let me just see one thing here. I'm sorry, guys, that I'm trying. What my goal is it was to show you guys like yeah, okay, maybe this will work. Let me see if I can get this to work, and then I'll move on to talking. Sorry, guys, if I'm not trying to be boring here. I'm just mostly shush, Lisa. All right, okay. Let's see how this looks. All right, you guys can see at least some of it, so that's the goal here. Okay, so I'll come back to that. All right, guys, how is everybody doing? It was a great show this past Sunday. I'm not going to show pictures of that because I'm not prepared to show you that. But it was a hell of a day too. So if you guys are part of my regular, if you guys are part of my regular, profile, then you know that I was over at the fairgrounds today, doing some stuff over there at the office, and then I decided that I was going to. For those of you that don't know, I am working on getting. I don't know if I'll get it or not, but I've been working on it. Okay, when I come up with a goal, and that includes like these toy shows. So in this house that I'm in, so my buddy Kaz over there, Kaz McColeman, we're gonna have a lot of Pokemon at the show this weekend, Kaz. So Kaz here is my realtor guy. These guys stuck with me and Lisa, my wife, for over a year. Okay. Give a big shout out to them there. If you need a realtor in the, hit me up and I'll give you the connection. Um, and then Andrew, thanks for mentioning. I'll talk about your stuff here in just a second. But anyway, we, everything I have is because I came up with a goal, an idea of what I wanted, and I was relentless to get it. Okay, buying my house during COVID was probably the hardest thing. If you ask me, it's the hardest thing that I've ever done. Okay, hardest thing I've ever done. I mean, I've been an entrepreneur my whole life, and banks do not like entrepreneurs. Okay. But anyway, I was able to pull it off with your help. Okay. Because the toy shows, it changed my life. But, I started the shows, because I wanted to buy toys, and I tell people the story. Hopefully I'm not boring you with this story again, but I started these shows to buy toys. I did not start it as a business, but that is what happened. That is what happened. And I am so thankful, for it. 10 years ago, my wife was working part-time. She wasn't working full-time. We had all kinds of issues, and I had put all my eggs in this golf hat. I put a lot of stuff in my other business called Speed Culture. It was an app. Some of you that have been friends with me for a long time know that I built an app called Speed Culture, and it was popular. I had a lot of downloads, I had a lot of usage, but the reality is it didn't make me money. But I wanted to do events so bad that I just ignored my business. That's Dream Sites. That this January is 30 years old. Okay, I've been working on my own for 30 years this January. And most of that time, my wife's been with me that time. So I did start it when I was in college. And anyway, so this January marks 30 years that I've been in business for myself. But in 2015, I wanted to do this Speed Culture thing so bad. I wanted it to work. I wanted it to be the full-time business that it was never going to be. And, anyway, so the whole thing it didn't crash, but I just got tired of there was some drama in the car scene. And again, guys, I'm sorry if I'm veering off here. I'm gonna talk about the shows here in just a moment, but I just want to, I want to give you guys a background of what my motivation is to do these things. And when I post things, online, like things that I get, there's a lot of things that I buy at the shows that I don't need, but I'm either buying it to help out a vendor, buying it because, okay, maybe it fits another piece of my collection, or just doing it to help out vendors because I want to help out vendors. It's not always, hey, I'm just, Mr. whatever guy. But I started the shows because I've always been an event guy. But what happened is I wanted to buy toys after my mother died. And it was kind of like me buying stuff was a way for me to heal after my mom passed away. And it made me, all this stuff made me think about when I was a kid, which I moved a lot. My parents rented. My parents were apartment managers. And so we never had our own house for like a long time. We always moved like every 2 years, it seemed like. And so I'm not going to bore you with all of that. But what I'm just saying is I have this stuff now because of that. Okay. But anyway, fast forward to today. So I am working on getting, I'm hoping that I'm going to get a new car. I'm working on getting, I'm hoping I'm going to be able to get this Gallardo. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it or not, but maybe not right now, but I am going to get one eventually. It's just a matter of, lining everything up. Okay. So today, So today I posted. I don't post a lot on my personal page, especially bad stuff. So I mean, my I get out there and and my car decides to die. You go out there and I'm out there, trying to portray, hey man, look, I'm not just some, dude that is coming in here, taking pictures of your car, doing selfies and all this other stuff. I'm really trying to actually understand how to buy one of these and really, wanting to be serious about it. And I'm putting across, that, I do the shows and this and that, whatever. And then of course I go out there and my car is broken. So what a day. And then I had to, so the guy is out there. This is the funniest thing. And I don't know if you guys saw the picture. It's kind of hard for me to share it right now, but I've got this picture of the tow truck, and right behind it, and it is an Aston Martin that they just sold. There was an older couple in there, I think, was just writing a check for it. And then there was a guy had pulled up in a Rolls Royce Wraith, which was, I don't know, a convertible Rolls Royce, but anyway. It was just like, man, this is horrible, so I'm getting my car towed because they don't have the capacity to fix it there. They have a shop there, which is why I was motivated to go there. But but anyway, when I posted stuff online, you get these crazy hater things, I was at the Port St. Lucie, and I'm not going to say who it is, but I mean, you see this gray hair here, right, guys? Okay. Here's the thing. I mean, if I'm going to buy this and you guys don't like that, people don't like that, I don't know why people want to hate on people for wanting things. It's just ridiculous. I don't, everybody should be able to achieve whatever they want to achieve and not have people hate on them for whatever that is. Okay. I mean, I don't like horror stuff at all, but I'm not telling you you can't have it, or you shouldn't have it. It's not my thing, so, but it's just amazing how, people, just, they want to bash people just because they want things. So it's, and so that's kind of like one of my reasons why I posted with the theme tonight is about don't hate, motivate. And that's really, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to, if what I do helps you create your business and work your business and get your goals, that's awesome. There's, there's like a guy at the show this last weekend, a month ago, he wasn't even in the game of shows. And then this last weekend, I know he made over $2,000 on little $3 items at Port St. Lucie. So, you can hustle your way to whatever you want. Okay. And I just wish people wouldn't, bash people for wanting things and all that. And, we're getting all older every day, on my feed, there's somebody else dying. Somebody's dying. I don't know who it was today, but somebody's dying. And the other people they have, yesterday there was a guy that I know that, we saw a couple years ago. He's just getting over cancer treatment. And I know other people are cancer treatment. I got to take whatever health I got, and I got to do fun stuff while I can do it. So, we don't have time to be hating on people, anyway. Okay. Let me get to the shows. That's just my not a rant. I just hope people, where I'm at with the shows now is, I'm it's a bigger deal for me than just buying things for myself. It's about helping people. Number one, customers being happy, being able to find things, having a great day outside of their house, and all of that. And then for vendors, it's helping them make money, helping them get to where they're trying to go. If they're trying to create a little business, we've had people come and go. We've had people that, didn't have stores, but had an online store, or they went to shows and now they have stores. I think I just had somebody else in the last week say, oh yeah, I want to open a store, or we're going to open a store. And I'm like, well, that'll be the end of you at our shows, because pretty much everybody that's opened a store, and they set up every once in a while, So anyway, let me go ahead and go through some of these comments. And again, I'm sorry if I went off my normal script, but I'm very passionate about helping people make money of their own, helping people get whatever goals they have. And then at my own self, I'm trying to go to this next level. Trying to go to another level to motivate people to try things, because 5-6 years ago, I was at 0. 10 years ago, I was, trying to figure out where I was going to move, and so, it's just because you're not great now doesn't mean you won't be great tomorrow, wherever and it doesn't matter how old you are. So let me go back and to some of these comments and stuff, and so I can put that on there. I appreciate Mark being on here. I'm going to show some of his stuff. I'm going to show some people's stuff that's coming this weekend to the show in just a moment. And appreciate Mark being here. Hopefully he's still on here. Andy Gonzalez. Hey, man, I'll be showing a picture of you here in a second. Andy's going to be bringing the chocolate, the amazing chocolate stuff. So make sure you come out and buy some great stuff. Okay. And then, of course, we got.
Cherries are great.
Yeah. What are those cherries?
Bourbon cherries.
Oh, bourbon cherries?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then we got Margaret. And then again, thank you, Kaz, again, for hanging in there, man. Like he spent a year going back and forth, deal making, this and that. It was there. I would have never been able to do this, okay, have this house without his stick it to itness, man, and my own. It's like, it's just amazing, the story. I'm gonna write a book eventually. I'm just not there yet, but and Andrew's gonna make a video for us this time again. I know he'll only be there Saturday because he just, I kind of prepared for that. All these other vendors that want to be there only Saturday. No, you can't only be there Saturday, but I kind of got a special thing because Andrew's got just amazing stuff that he brings. And like, for instance, he's like bringing a bunch of new sealed vintage toys that you've never brought out. Wow. Okay. Ton of 70s and 80s cool stuff. Well, hey man, send me some pictures or send me a video of what you got so I can repost that. Okay. Mr. Bunting, thank you for coming and joining us. We've got our buddy. It says DeFura. Well, anyway, Bill Fury. Okay, I call him Darth Fury now. Awesome guy. Okay. Darth booth is open, as Lisa says. Okay, and we're going to talk to Mr. Vaders here and see if he's going to be able to bring out some stuff for display. All right. And yeah, you're always open. Frau Baluk. Okay. You're killing me. All right. Let's see. Yeah, like I said, don't hate, participate. I like that. Okay. Whatever. Okay. Awesome. Thank you, Andrew. Yes, that's for sure. Whatever you want, whatever making shops, awesome. I have about selling this weekend. Part of how I'm gonna work on this, getting this car, is you guys see this Toy Story pinball machine, which I'm not selling, not planning on selling. This is part of my. This is kind of represents the toy shows behind me. That's why I have it here. This is gonna change though, because I'm getting rid of a machine that's been here for a little over a year. I think I'm going to be getting rid of my Spy Hunter and Elton John. I'm not 100% sure, because until the guy puts the money in my hand and takes it, it's still here. So I will, part of this car thing is I'm selling Elton John CE, which is a Jersey Jack game. I've had it. If you've been to my house, then you've seen it. It's kind of behind me right now. I don't play it enough, and it's other people, but I spent a long time paying on it, and so it's paid off. Well, I think I'm at a little bit. I think I have a little bit left, but anyway, I think I'm going to be selling it this weekend after the show on Saturday. So that's gonna go towards this car thing. But I don't know why I mentioned that, other than buy and sell whatever you makes you happy. That's great. All right, and we're gonna have Anthony Barcello back there with the t-shirts. I think I don't have any pictures of his stuff, but thank you, Tony, for coming out. Maybe bring out some more Godzillas. I got that Godzilla from you back in July, and let's see what else we got. Load, okay. People person. Oh yeah, you're people. Yeah, you'll be right in that main aisle. All right, and Mr. Bunting here. Yeah, and thank you. I want you to succeed. I want everyone to succeed. Okay, and I'll explain once this happens, and I'm able to pull this off. Then I'll explain to you how I did it. So you can do it. All right, Andy. See how people don't get it. Yeah, and Mr. Abe. Now I haven't heard from Mr. Abe, but if he's still on here. I'm hoping to get some feedback on the food. On this last weekend, we had Abe in the kitchen there. I don't think that that's the best spot for him, sales wise. Just to talk a little bit about the Port St. Lucie. I mean, we had a parking problem. We were down. This is the first show that we were down this year, actually. Any real numbers. Basically, every other show that we've done the whole year was up. From the previous year. That includes Lakeland, where I got a little bit too much space. It was still more than last week's or last year's show. But this one, Port St. Lucie, as you go further into the, in towards the holiday season, the toy shows seem to, kind of attendance, dwindles down. I mean, we do have Spooky Empire coming up this weekend. That's going to probably hurt us a little bit, but I'm not gonna that's just part of Halloween. For vendors, I am gonna have my normal setup time. We're gonna have it covered, hopefully either by TK or Sean or myself. We'll have the whole time, so if you want to come a little earlier, I think the normal time is 1 to 9, and so we're sticking with that. So that's for motive vendors. I will be sending that out tomorrow, that information. But going back to Abe in Port St. Lucie, I think we had some parking issues. We had the lady that is running the thing. She let some blood bus show up, and they didn't get any business. So then they wanted to leave, but in the meantime, they blocked half the parking lot. I had to stand out there and manage parking, but that's a good thing. I mean, it's not. It's good in the sense that there were people coming, okay, but we were down, probably 100 people, from May, but it is what it is. People still made money. I know Mark said that he made money, okay, and hopefully Marco made a few dollars there, okay. Oh geez, Bill there, okay. All right. Okay. And Jonathan, I think you're gonna maybe we can highlight this tomorrow. Maybe we can have you on still. I want to have I'm gonna be pushing the show here. I'm planning on setting up, but I'm not ready. I bought stuff to be ready, but I'm not ready. So we'll see if that happens. But Benny, anyway, if you want to share some stuff, I know that you're gonna be going to South Carolina and stuff like that, with your new toy line, and that's awesome. All right, we're still open. The bill with we're still open. Yeah. All right. Well, Abe, give me a call back so we can figure out the checking and the savings for November 9th, because I think that's your next show. All right. Custom game collectibles. The check's in the mail. Okay. Well, hopefully it's not, because I don't have any tables left. All right. Let's see. Okay. Oh, all right. Cool. Hey, man, you're gonna come out and we're gonna talk about the Cat's Lair. I think Mr. Damien's gonna buy the Cat's Lair that I have. I'm going to sell them. I have the Cat Slayer and I have the Thunder Tank and I have some figures. I just don't have any room. See, the rest of my room actually looks like the back of this room. You know, it's I don't have any room. So I'm going to go ahead and you know, and get rid of that to somebody that wants it. And so and then costumes, you know, if someone wants to wear them, I'm fine with that. I think we may pull out my Christmas trees, which I usually do for this show. This is going to be the last event in November at the Tampa event in November. Next year's Tampa event is going to be October like 18th weekend. Let me look that up real quick on my phone here. And I'll tell you the exact time. Actually, just it's not on this schedule. This is the schedule, most recent schedule of dates. You know, let's see. The Tampa shows for next year are going to be April 18th and 19th. Then we're going to be there on the 11th and 12th with Tampa Toy Con, and then we'll be back there in October for the 17th and 18th of October. So and so I'm going to move the show that we're doing this weekend. I'm going to move it up and see if that does anything, because we always have to deal with this time shift. And we're always dealing with the you know, the Halloween and everything, you know, and all this stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and yeah, let's see. All right. Oh, well, you know, here's the thing, sir. It is now or never. Hey, let's do it. Okay. Hey, when the money is here is when it's sold. That's the way that I think all of our vendors think about. And let's see. Oh, yes. That's what the fire. Okay, I told you I already have. Okay, Ocala spots booked. Okay, yeah, I do have a few more spots in Ocala. They're all going to be aisles in the middle there. That would be the final toy show of the season. That's November 16th. And can be moved to another. No, we have another Ocala show set up for June already. That would be the next Ocala show. So just so you know, Marco had to bail because I did add the show. You know what I will say is I don't know if I should have done this or not. Because you see, I've got 3 shows, and that would be technically 4 shows in a row, but the Ocala show makes up for the Coco show that we normally do the following weekend, the November 23rd weekend, of which I'm going to be at Free Play Florida. I'm going to bring some games. I haven't figured out what those are yet, but I'm going to get with the guy that runs it and see what he needs, and then I'm going to bring those. So I'll be out there at Free Play Florida if you want to visit with me and play some of my stuff. Or it's a great show. It's back in Orlando. He's going to have some great guests. And it's kind of what started me in the arcade collecting. I mean, as far as knowing the community, it's a really community show. So that's going to be November 23rd. It's not my show. It's not on there. That's just why I didn't do Coco this year. I did try to go back and do Coco, but the date wasn't available. And then we didn't also do the Daytona show here in October. So I went ahead and said, hey, Jeff Mikado said, hey man, we could do another show. And I'm like, okay. And so here we are. So that's what Ocala is. Ocala was pretty good last time, so that's where it is. So I do have a few tables left for that. South Florida show is sold out. Basically, this weekend sold out. If someone came with some amazing stuff, I might be able to, probably could find them a table, but I have plenty of pretty much everything. I'm going to go ahead and show you some pictures of that here in just a moment. And then I'm going to be working on the Santa gift show, which we do have. I got Eddie Deason on for the weekend. And then I have, we got Scott for just Sunday, Scott Schwartz from A Christmas Story on Sunday. So I got to get moving on that. I got a lot of space still for that because it's not just a toy show. It's kind of a gift show. I gotta work on this. I think I've been working too much on my car actually, and I need to go back to the shows. But I'm working all the time, guys. Somebody today, was asking me, because I posted the Lambo picture, like, am I a millionaire guy? No, I'm not. I'm not that at all. But I am working pretty much all the time because I don't have my kids are grown. I don't have grandkids. I wish we did, but we don't. And this is it. So this is my whole thing. Is I want to say my whole life is the toy shows, which it is pretty much. But I like to travel around, and I have friends all over the country that I like to visit, and so I'm gonna be setting up the dates either around when the hotel is available or when I want to make a trip. So okay, let's see. Yeah. Andrew's over here trying to promote his table on the thing. That's cool. That's cool. All right. So again, this weekend we have the Florida Extravaganza. This is our 6th year doing the show on this weekend. Okay. Parking has went up. However, I am gonna I'm going to post it again tomorrow, and I'll text it out to, maybe you guys can share it. I'll text it to vendors. Vendors, you'll have a special parking link, and then I'm also going to send you a prepaid link for customers. What that's going to do is that's going to save them if they buy parking. And again, we get no parking. We get nothing. We're just trying to save people some money. So you get $2 off parking if you pre-buy it. Before you get to the gate. Okay, you get $2 off, so it'd be $10 because they raised it to $12, unfortunately. But it is what it is. There's nothing I can do. We haven't raised our prices at all. So that's this weekend at the Florida State Fairgrounds. Okay, let me go ahead and show you guys some pictures for this weekend. Our friends, let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. Okay. So our friends at the the Boyles are going to be there. What's really cool is he just told me via text that I had bought this Stallone, or I had done a trade and got this Stallone autograph earlier, probably 3 or 4 years ago. And I wasn't sure if it was legit or not because it didn't come with like a Beckett thing. Well, anyway, we sent it in and it's legit. So we're going to have it framed. I'm going to have it framed and stuff. So, okay. And don't forget that we're going to have Kaz is going to be at this show. Todd or Chris will be there. I'm going to assume Todd based on the limited information that I have. But they are telling people that they're going to be there. So if you have stuff to submit, great. Todd usually brings some stuff that people are picking up, including some stuff that I submitted back in Lakeland that is done. And so amazing, great work. Kaz does pretty well, and they're better on turnaround too. So they will be at this show this weekend. Okay, and then of course I talked a little bit about Andy with the chocolates. This is their really great setup. There, it's really nice, great stuff, great. The cherries, right, Lisa? Bourbon cherries. Oh man, they're all this stuff is really good though. Okay. And so they'll be there at the show. We're going to have comics. These are just a couple things that I downloaded from the application. So if not great photos, just ignore that part. So we're going to have multiple. This is just one guy with some comics here, and but they're going to be there along with like 3 or 4 other guys that have comics. So it's going to be definitely have some comics. We're going to have, of course, some of these blind boxes mixed in. I got a little bit of flooded on these guys, so I'm trying to hold off on things, but we will have them there along with Pokemon and Pokemon cards, One Piece cards. We're going to be doing a raffle this time. I'm going to try to maybe talk about that tomorrow, because I'm going to do raffle tickets that are different Saturday and Sunday, and then people have a choice of what they want. Here's another vendor sample of who's coming. They're going to have all kinds of newer stuff, Funko, some anime figures. Okay, let me just kind of go. I'm going through the pictures here. So we're going to have several. This is just one that I picked, but this is some of the stuff that I'm going to share in a little, over this course of this week, but I'm sharing it here with you now. This is one of like 3 or 4 gaming people that we're going to have at the show. We're going to have a newer lady that's going to have, a TV setup. Wes is supposed to be there. We're going to have William Jackson and a couple other gaming people. So there's going to be plenty of games for people to buy. And then, of course, we've got graded toys, including something cool, these watches. I'm hoping that I was supposed to share these, but if I wasn't, then just ignore that. But anyway, these are cool watches that I think may be coming for sale. All right. And then Tony sent us this graded Hulkster that's going to be at the show for sale, along with his turtles that we shared earlier. All right. And then I just got this, and these are in photos of me for me to share. This is me at the dealership today before I went out, or actually, I think it was while I was waiting for the dang tow truck. I took these pictures, but these are the cars I'm looking at the show at that particular dealer. They are the older version of the Gallardo, but this is like all the electronic lane assist and double clutch and all this stuff. So that's kind of why I want it. So it's not, okay. Now coming back to the show. We're going to have all kinds of die casts. There's going to be at least there's going to be at least 3 or 4 vendors with die casts, including with these M2 things. There's going to be Andre Rugi, who brings some of I'm trying to think of the name of them. Sorry, guys. But they're going to have Hot Wheels RLCs. We're going to have all kinds of Hot Wheels and stuff. This is Mark sent me, and Moriarty sent me these pictures of the Pac-Man shoes. I don't know I think I remember having some of these actually, but so I don't know if he's selling these or if he's just trying to show off. I don't know, but anyway, okay. And then if you're commenting, I'm just kind of going through these pictures. Again, this is another guy who has these. We're gonna have these boxes of cards. There's like these kit things and stuff like that. Okay. Friend Joey will be coming out to the show. I don't know if he's bringing this signature. I just noticed this signature jacket up here. I don't know if he's bringing that or not, but anyway, he's going to be bringing a lot of wrestling figures. Okay, and he'll be in the corner there, and the main once you come in to go to the right, that's where he's usually set up, and he's bringing all of these loose figures. Look at them all. And he's trying to be like Retro Rat over here. I see some box stuff down here in the bottom. And then we'll have some Funko, of course, and some Last 17. These are figures that I think Mark is bringing. I might be bringing a couple Star Wars myself, just because I got so much right now that I don't even have room to put it out. And then lastly, we will have a time change on Saturday night, so everybody will gain an hour, I guess. Let's see. We move your clock back so we gain an hour. I don't know. I really wish this thing was over with. Come on. How many times we got to vote this out? All right. Okay. So, according to, okay, awesome. Lots of great stuff from Sheldon. Okay, amazing. So if you have more stuff, I did share your stuff earlier. If you have more stuff to share, just send it to me, because I'm going to be trying to share it all the way up to the show. And awesome. Thanks, Anthony. I will take what we can get, and then we're going to take tickets, and then I think around 2:30 or something is when we're going to draw. and I want to have different ones for Saturday and Sunday. Okay. Let's see. And William, Jackson, again, I mentioned him. Vintage toys, video games. He's got some good stuff he brought from Ohio. And all right. Thanks for joining us there, Tony. We'll see you next week. All right. All right, guys. I want to thank everybody for coming. I know, again, this is our kind of an ad hoc thing, and sometimes I'd go off on a little, rant about whatever. But it's all about the stuff. It's all about, for me, it's all about helping people now. It's all about having a great time. It's all about the community, the collecting, the treasure hunting, and all of that. And I love doing these things. So, and I feel very blessed to be able to do it. For the vendors out there that, sometimes in the morning I get a little crazy, because, I'm trying to get the show running, and when people are late, sometimes I get a little goofy, but if you don't think I'm a nice guy, then I am. I like to, I love people. I like vendors and everything. So, we hope to see you at the show this weekend. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. But just to go back to the schedule real quick. So we're basically sold out here, for this weekend and next weekend. I do have a few tables left in Ocala. Tomorrow, I'm going to be posting Fort Myers show. And then after that, I'll be posting the Space Coast. I got to come back to this Daytona and finalize that. And then I'm going to be trying to finalize the Sarasota show pretty much, I think, by the weekend. So because I think they're changing their pricing over there at the Municipal Auditorium. They're going to be closed for a year. And so I think I want to try to get in before that. So, all right, guys, stay motivated if you would on whatever goals. I'm undeterred. I'm worried about my bill from my car. I had some idiot on my other profile thinking that my car got repoed. Give me a break. Ridiculous. Yeah, obviously he has no idea who the hell I am. But anyway, anyway, sorry. That one got me. I was a little hating on that. But anyway, so
Motivate.
Yeah, don't hate, motivate. All right. Anyway, guys, we will see you this weekend in Tampa, and I'm going to try to bring some amazing stuff to share with you and sell. If you guys want it, great. If you don't, that's okay too. But I'm out of space, so I got to bring some stuff. All right. Have a great week, and I'll see you guys again. Bye now.